Alrighty, welcome back to another Star Wars video, and we're talking about should you summon for Heng. Now, I'm gonna start off with a pretty easy question. Do you like Heng? Do you use the 4-star Heng? Is Heng your favorite character? Do you think the transformation is the coolest thing you've ever seen? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you should probably summon, because you should definitely summon for characters you like over if they're meta or whatnot. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's really just to have fun with the game, right? But if you're looking for, is a character good? Should I summon? Is it worth summoning? Are there better characters to summon for? That's what I'll be answering. Now, Heng is another DPS, so if you have yourself kitted out with DPSs, he's obviously going to be less of a priority, as it's always better to fill in the niche slots, such as a healer or someone like Silverwolf, because there's not a lot of options. For DPSs, there's quite a bit of options now. But Heng does seem like he's going to be pretty good. From what I've seen from sources, I'll call them, he seems to be maybe the best. I mean, I probably won't summon for him and pull him, so like I can't test that myself, but he looks pretty good. Anyway, he is a 5-star imaginary destruction character. Destruction characters are pretty much like jack of all trades. They can take a hit, they can deal damage, all that kind of stuff. So let's get into the traces first. The first trace is at the start of battle, immediately regenerate a set amount of energy. And the second one is increase the chance to resist crowd control debuffs. And then the last one is he gets crit damage when he deals damage to an enemy with imaginary weakness. This means if you have Silverwolf, you pretty much like guaranteed to just have the crit damage. The crowd control debuffs is very nice, so if he gets frozen or whatnot, you know, obviously you won't be able to do damage and you won't have to worry about that. And then the energy is really nice, so it can be really cracked if it is a big amount of energy. I would do this on one of the other sites, but no one has the information, and I'd rather not look at leaks because sometimes they don't update them, so I'm playing it safe this time. Okay, so the technique pretty much is a lot of text, but pretty much just lets you do this attack, and then you do damage to the enemies. It's imaginary, and you gain a stack of Sanquum. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last word. We'll get into what that does later. So basic attack, how this works, right, is his talent doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, I know, you're going to think, what? It enhances his basic attack. So, basic attack, it unleashes 2 hits on this attack to deal imaginary damage. And then, after each damage dealt, also the attack is pretty, like, basically at the beginning. After each hit during an attack, he gains Righteous Heart, increasing his damage. This effect, his stack will last till the end of his turn. The enhanced basic attack 1, you consume a skill point, right? So, you enhance it once, you get this one. And does a 3-hit combo to one enemy. The second version, which is going to take 2 skill points, will deal damage to a single target, and then the 2 enemies next to him starting on the 4th hit, and then so it's only 1 hit, sadly. And then the last one, which is the cool like Naruto hand signs dragon appears, is 3 skill points, a 7-hit combo, and then from the 4, so 4, 5, 6, and 7 are going to hit the enemies that are next to the point you're targeting. So he does have some AoE potential, which is nice, but he's very skill point hungry. And then, of course, yeah, skill. Basic attack, consumes it once, twice, 3 times, we got that. When using Divine Spear or Fragrant Leap, which are the last 2, starting from the 4th hit, Outroar is gained before every hit. Each stack of Outroar increases Heng's crit damage as these stacks last until the end of his turn. After using skill, click on cancel to cancel the enchantments. So pretty much you can stop it from using your skill points if you decide you don't want to. Then his ultimate, which is a super cool dragon, delivers a 3-hit combo that deals imaginary damage to a single target, as well as a set amount of imaginary damage to enemies adjacent to it. Gains funny Sanquum, which stacks up to a set limit. He may consume these to equal, pretty much the equal skill points. Pretty much you use those as skill points, which goes back to the technique, which is really nice. Scroll up too high, which pretty much gives you those stacks so you don't have to just eat all your skill points. Pretty much to do the most damage every turn, you're using 3 skill points, which is pretty wild. It's a lot. It's a lot. Then we have the Light Cone, which is increases the wearer's crit rate by 18%, which is nice because he always boosts his crit damage, so he's going to need some crit rate. scroll down a little bit more. When the warrior uses basic attack, they will gain 1 stack of Dragon's Call for 2 turns. Each stack gains him 18% attack and 6% regeneration rate, and they can stack up to 2 turns. And then, of course, how to obtain warp, duh. And then the other ones on the banner are the Cannot Stop It, which is the user ultimate. All allies' actions advance 16%, and then you get the 12% damage buff if you have the same type on the team. And the last one is where it's more likely to be attacked with damage reduced by 16%. This one is really good for, I use this on Asta, and then this one is pretty good for Jeopard, so since he doesn't have a taunt, you want him to always be attacked, so this one helps out. Overall, this one will probably be his best bet just because it gives him a bit more crit rate to work with, and then the energy regeneration rate will help with getting his ult, which is going to help him not use a bunch of skill points. So you want to build him with a team that isn't super skill point hungry. Now, he should do a lot of damage. He seems like he's going to do an insane amount of damage to all the crit damage stacks. They don't have his dupes for some reason. I don't know why, which is kind of annoying because those are really important. I guess I'll cut, and if I can't find them, I will figure something out. Alright, well, I looked everywhere and they actually don't have his dupes, and I looked, and the latest leaks that I saw were saying that his trace increases his crit rate on this one, so I'm not going to take those into account. He's still a pretty good DPS. I mean, if you like Don Heng, right, obviously summon, if you need a good imaginary DPS, he's really good. I think from what I've seen through leaks, unless they fully changed him, he should be the best DPS. Does bother me because I don't really. Okay, so the issue with leaks, right, is they change so much that I don't want to say what the dupes are, but from what I've seen, the dupes pretty much increase the stacks, so you don't have to use skill points. They give him more boosts of his what it was it again, the more stacks of his outroar, which it's called something else, so that's how I know they've changed it even more. And then they also have the one that I think is the best one, which I think was this 4th one. They could change it though. It's pretty much when he ults, he'll immediately act again like Su Shang, and then I think he gained like attack or crit damage or something like that. Take those with a grain of salt, right? I feel like he'll be just fine with no dupes. It's gonna be like a Blade situation, unless they fully change it, which then I'll make an update video. But it's gonna be like Blade, to where he just, you know, helps what he does with his dupes, instead of just like getting a whole new effect like some characters where like they gain this, you know, effect. It's like for the cracked. It's pretty much just making the conditions easier for him to use. It makes him more consistent. But other than that, if you do choose to summon, best of luck. I think it is a good idea if you want a good DPS, or, you know, you just want an imaginary character, because considering there's only a healer, a supporter, and then Welt does good damage, but he's not like, you know, not the easiest to get. I'd say go for it. Fu Xuan does look like a better overall pick, as she is more defensive. And then Jinglu and Topaz are coming out. They both look like DPSs, so it's pretty much Fu Xuan is the character to keep an eye on, and then just pick which one out of the 3 you like as a DPS and go from there. But other than that, that'll be it for the video. Like I said, if the dupes are like super powerful, like E1 is game changing, it's like makes them the best unit in the game, I will make an update video. But other than that, there should be a last minute schedule summon for Kafka going up soon, so do not forget to subscribe so you don't miss that, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.